Greetings and salutations, how's everybody doing? So, it's been a while since I've done a video with this kind of topic, that's not an episode review. So we're gonna try and talk about the connection between Ridley Scott and Doctor Who. So we all know that, the Daleks were the first enemy the Doctor had ever, went up against.
You will move ahead of us and follow my directions. This way.
And they were also created in a way, designed by Terry Nation. However, one thing you're probably thinking, well, where does the idea of director Ridley Scott suddenly come in? Well, in 1963, he was not a director, but a set designer for the BBC. And if you're probably having the idea, what this set design does, they help create the sets, the props, interiors for shows, okay, here's me walking out the next corner of a sequence. Here's what a set would need to look like to give the idea of what would need to be presented on screen. And he worked on shows like Z-Cars.
To P.C. Farrow, shot down in execution of his duty. Newtown Cooperative Society.
And Out of the Known. Out of the Known was apparently, almost the BBC's response to The Twilight Zone. And he was also, in a way, called up to design the second Doctor Who serial, The Daleks, which include designing the Daleks, Skaro, and the Dalek City. So, but did it happen? Well, we can look back and come to think of it. No, that didn't happen. Well, at the last minute, Scott turned out to be unavailable to do designs for the Dalek serial. So Raymond Cusick, who had more of an engineering background, filled in. And it was his idea to make the Daleks salt shaker shaped, as he felt this would be scary. If not a single part of the human shape was visible or echoed in the design. And then you're probably thinking, so what could he have done? Well, in a way, Ridley Scott never had the opportunity to make his, have an influence in, Doctor Who as we know it. But honestly, that's a pretty cool idea. In a way, the guy who would help create films Gladiator 1 and 2, heck, even, Blade Runner, or heck, even The Martian and all that.
Move! Get out of there!
Don't you move! Don't! Move, Dallas! Move, Dallas! Get out! Oh. No, not that way! The other way, God!
Dallas?
Guy. So yeah, that's awesome. But at the same time, yeah, I think the idea that what he could have done would probably have been interesting. But at the same time, I'm glad that he perhaps didn't. Because, looking back, the Daleks, we have, Raymond Cusick, for, the great design of him. See you next time.